I came across this dating show that there was a bevy of ladies holding a balloon. And when the gentleman walked in, depending on what he said or had, the ladies would pop the balloon if they didn't like it. So I took curiosity and I started watching it. So this man walked in and shared his bio. He was in his late 30s, let's say. He didn't have any baby mamas or any crazy exes. He was just a man looking for love. And all of a sudden, the balloon started popping like it was New Year's celebration. And of course, the host went to one of the ladies and asked them, "Why did you pop your balloon?" And they said, "A man that age with no track record is a red flag." And that time it hit me. My God, Arnold, you're a red flag. Finally, I was in the league of the Kevos and the Brios, who came with a warning, date at your own risk. But somehow I understood why that could be a red flag. You see, a handsome man like myself, you have a job, you have a place to stay, you can entertain the ladies. Why were you single? It's a red flag. And I've been receiving feedback from many people, I've been told, "Arnold, you're too picky, you're too busy." Or even sometimes the fact that you don't take alcohol is a red flag because no one trusts a sober man. But the most interesting fact that I got was I was once told, "Arnold, you're too smart for love." I didn't know whether to take that as a compliment or as a critique. The key question everyone wants in everyone's mind, so why are you single? And every time I attempt to answer this question, the people asking it are not interested in my answers. All they want is a wedding and kids. They can't understand. It's more or less like you're in a shopping mall, you have money, and you don't buy anything. So I told them, listen, I too have struggles, and I would like to share with you some of my struggles as to why I'm single. The first one is, where are all the good men? I'll answer that question for you ladies. They're in the friend zone. If you have a man for a bestie or a BFF, let me tell you something. That's like having a lion for a pet. It might look cool, however, it's wrong, because the lion belongs in the jungle. Good men usually take their time to shoot their shot, which is true. So once I asked my German friend, how is dating in German? You have to do research internationally. And she told me, in Germany, all a man has to do is ask a lady out for dinner. And if she says yes, that's it. Your proposal is sealed and approved. Then she asked me, what about Kenya? And I told her, here in Nairobi especially, right? You can do all these romantic walks. You can go out for dinner, movies, or even be brought for engage. But that just means you're here as friends. You've not even moved to the next stage. And so I have advice for the ladies. Good men take their time to shoot their shots. So make your answer straightforward and simple. Do not wait for 6 months down the line. And that's what is causing a blockage, if I may put it there, or lack of people in the market, because they're all in the friend zone trying to shoot their shot. So if you don't like him, keep the queue moving. The second struggle I have is that You know, as a single person looking forward to finding love, you need pep talk from time to time. And you normally turn to the people who have the experience to give you this pep talk. But let me tell you something. Married people have double speak. The first time they'll tell you, marriage is the best thing that ever happened to them. And they normally say this or confess this during the cold season. And then they'll come back and tell you, Arnold, stay single, be happy. So you get confused. Where are we? It's like a doctor prescribing medicine and telling you take this pill for your headache. But wait, before you take this pill, remember there's side effects like vomiting, nausea, or even if you take it at the wrong time, you may die. How many people will take that pill? So I'm not saying that I'm single because of my married friends. Please do not allow them to sleep in the couch tonight. I just think marriage is hard, and sometimes that double speak confuses the single people. The third reason as to why I normally struggle is the fact that there's a question that is so difficult to answer. What are you looking for in your partner? Of course, you normally have these cliche answers, Like, for example, I'll say, I want someone who, we can live, laugh together, because a lady that does not laugh at your joke, you can't get yourself out of trouble. I will say I like someone who is royal, loyal, and humble, because you need a queen to be by your side. You'll also say that I need someone who is brilliant, bright, and beautiful, because not only do you want beauty, you want some brains to go with it. And most important, you need someone who is God-fearing, because she must be afraid to go to hell. Therefore, she will not mistreat you. And sometimes when you listen to these qualities that you normally share, they look very exaggerated. If a picture didn't come in your head, then just know that we're doing badly. You see, men will keep giving. For example, men will say they want someone who is naturally beautiful with or without makeup. And we all know most ladies cannot live without makeup. So how do you find out? And you can see the complexity when it comes to such things. How do you find out that someone is naturally beautiful so that you don't wake up with a stranger every morning? And so my suggestion will always be, have a swimming date. If she forgets her swimming costume, then that's a red flag. I've mentioned some of my struggles in terms of finding love. And imagine I've not even mentioned the ratio. The ratio today is 1 man is to 1 woman, which means that saying that always tells you there are many fishes in the sea. Please hold on to your fish. Because there's a scarcity, as it looks like now. Unless that fish of yours is a shark and you can't feed it, then you let it go. In my experience, I've discovered that it's not only I who have red flags, but even love in itself has red flags. The first red flag of love is that for you to enjoy love, you must be crazy. I remember in high school, my high school crush, I chased her for 2 months. Not chased her, I was actually stalking her for 2 months to get her phone number. And being the romantic that I was, I also wrote her poems. And one of the poems was entitled Sweet Pain. And when I think about it logically, there's no terminology as sweet pain. However, it's something that exists, or I wrote to her. I will share with you an example of a poem I wrote, entitled, I Mean What I Say. And the poem I'll just share with you is just one verse. I was thinking out loud, who you are to me. And do I mean what I say, or I say what I mean? Take these words to mean who you are to me. Beauty. Beauty is every time you smile. Love is every time you gaze into my eyes and see my heart system. Happy is every time you cross my mind. And crazy is how am I alive when you stole my heart. Now, I don't know what my biology teacher will be telling me of such crazy things that you do, but hey, we do the things we do for love, right? And I don't know what you did yesterday because it was Valentine's. If it was not crazy, that man does not love you. The second red flag of love is that it has a disappearing act. You can never trap love for yourself, however how much you try to do it. Love sometimes just walk out and it's no one's fault. As a training professional, I'm told that when you're training, you have to be comfortable with silence. And we normally are comfortable with silence. Married people have to contend with the silent treatment. But for single people, silence is so hard and difficult because you've said hi and you just see some blue ticks and no response. Gets you anxiety. And if that person goes ahead and blocks you, you're now stressed. And the thing is, you never get feedback as to what you did wrong. Love just disappeared and people went their separate ways. So I have learned to say that sometimes things go wrong and it's not necessarily your fault. Love just disappeared and did its thing. And you have to deal with rejection. The third red flag for love is the fact that it does not apply an equality equation. The more you give love, the less you get. So in any relationship, and I dare say in any relationship, someone is getting the short end of the stick. So it just depends on who is the more demanding, nagging partner is the one that gets the benefit. So what does this mean? This means, especially for ladies, I know your dad has brought you right and you can change the bulb. However, that bulb that has blown out, you can call your neighbor to do it for you. And that's how we shall find love. For the men, you've been taught to be strong and never succumb to anything, even the flu. But if you catch the flu, who says that you don't need a 24-hour nurse by your side to look after you? So then I've seen that the more in any situation that you normally come and appear as to be independent, the more you will not find love. So you have to be needy and nagging for you to get it. It's quite interesting that many times when we're writing our love story, we never think that we're going to take too many pages on how you found love. Some of us write a paragraph, others a page, and you quickly move on. You can clearly see that I'm writing a book, an encyclopedia, because I'm still in that element of searching. But I'm not losing any hope or any sleep. I know it shall have a happy ending. So if you're a single and you're here, there's still hope. For those of you who are married, please enjoy the ride. Love is madness, and at least you have a partner in crime. For those of us who are single, I will tell you outright that you're not incomplete. There's nothing wrong with you. You do not need fixing. All is that you have excess love that you want to share, and you're waiting for the right person to come along. So be proud of your red flags. Wave them. Because nothing in life worth value will always come with a warning. Thank you very much.